In the marsh area, we see Sunraku confronting Mud Digger. The challenge? The mud drastically slows him down, which is a big deal since Sunraku is known for his speed. When Mud Digger charges, Sunraku uses Slide Move, allowing him to glide over the mud and evade the attack. Since Sunraku's battle with Lycagon, he has upgraded his abilities. He employs Repel Counter, an advanced version of his previous defensive move, Perfect Parry. This isn't just a block, it's a counterattack, hitting back at Mud Digger. However, after using his skills, Sunraku faces a critical moment, as he must wait 10 seconds before he can use it again. During this tense pause, Emil intervenes with Magic Edge. Her spell strikes Mud Digger, providing Sunraku the much-needed breather. Using this moment, Sunraku closes in on Mud Digger and unleashes Spiral Edge, an evolved form of his Screw Pierce attack. Then, in a bold move, he uses Edge Climb to ascend the Mud Digger, turning the fight into a vertical battle. Upon reaching the top, Sunraku coordinates with Emil for a massive magic attack. The monster attempts to counter, but Sunraku deflects with another repel counter. Emil's powerful Power Boost Magic Edge strikes the beast, but the aftermath of the attack causes Sunraku to take some fall damage. The battle takes an unexpected turn when Mud Digger disappears. Suddenly, the ground starts shaking. Sunraku recalls Emil's warning about the monster's ability to launch surprise attacks. Sensing danger, he acts swiftly, throwing Emil to safety. But Mud Digger emerges beneath him, launching Sunraku into the air. This reveals the monster's special tactic. When its health drops, it changes its attack pattern to trap and launch its opponents, aiming to inflict maximum amount of fall damage. Suspended in midair, Sunraku braces for a seemingly inevitable downfall. But Emil, not one to surrender, reaches him with teleport magic, repositioning them above Mud Digger. In a surprising and stupid twist, Sunraku's rapid descent transforms into Mistake Meteor Fall, an attack that capitalizes on his downward momentum. This unexpected move turns his potential defeat into a powerful strike, crashing onto Mud Digger and defeating it. Sunraku narrowly survives the encounter with just 1 HP, managing to level up and complete the quest. After their intense battle, Sunraku uses healing herbs to regain his health. He realizes just how strong Emil has been in their fight, essentially carrying the team. As they approach Third Rima, Sunraku is concerned about how to keep Emil from drawing too much attention. Emil reveals a mysterious item, the Vorpal bracelet, and asks Sunraku to keep it a secret. She then uses it to transform into a human, leaving Sunraku utterly speechless. He humorously notes to himself that the game feels like it's turning into a harem adventure with an anthropomorphic bunny girl. Emil soon changes back, explaining that maintaining her human form is tiring and she can only do it for a few minutes at a time. Reaching the gates of Third Rima, Sunraku and Emil are stopped by the guards, mainly because of Sunraku looking sus without any clothes on. Emil quickly spins a tale about Sunraku being a super warrior, cursed by his rival Lycagon, and now on a quest to break the curse. Her story is so convincing that the guards, initially dubious, allow them to pass. Inside the town, people notice Sunraku, but their stares are more curious than judgmental. Then a girl named Animalia approaches Sunraku, recognizing him from somewhere. Earlier, in Secondil, 2 girls had captured a screenshot of Sunraku and Emil. Eager to have a pet like Emil, they posted the image on online forums, asking others how to tame a talking bunny. Their posts stirred curiosity among players, as talking animals were a rarity in the game. This is how Animalia came to know of Sunraku's presence. Animalia confronts Sunraku, inquiring about how to tame a Vorpal bunny like Emil. Sunraku is taken aback by her knowledge, but is reluctant to share information about Emil, partly because he doesn't fully understand how he triggered such a unique scenario. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by an attack from a masked girl. After a brief scuffle, she reveals herself as Arthur Pencilgon. Sunraku notices her high level and a player kill icon, indicating she has killed many players in combat. When Sunraku remembers Arthur Pencilgon, it's like stepping into a time warp back to their Unite Rounds days. It's a VR game that they played as knights, but it wasn't all glory and honor. Players had to spend a grueling 12 hours on simple quests like gathering medicinal herbs. Frustrated, many in the game resorted to stealing from NPCs and other players, turning it into a virtual survival of the sneakiest. Pencilgon, thriving in this every player for themselves environment, ended up ruling the kingdom. Sunraku, along with his ally Katsu, decided to challenge her reign. They cleverly used a rebel army to distract her guards, sneaking into her inner chambers for a direct showdown. In the present game SLF, Sunraku tells Emil about his long history with Penselgon. Their last face-off in Unite rounds was epic, ending in a draw, with both of them dying in the game. But now, things are different. In SLF, Penselgon has a big level advantage over Sunraku, who's just starting out. As Penselgon attacks, aiming to finally defeat him, Sunraku impresses her with his dodging skills, even though he's only level 30. During the battle, Animalia, an observer, recognizes Penselgon as the Giant Killer, a notorious second-in-command from the Ashura Kai clan. Penselgon then explains she earned this nickname by ambushing high-level players. The fight becomes more than just a duel. Penselgon reveals she's been sent by the Ashura Kai clan. They want information on Sunraku's unique scenario of obtaining the Lycagon curse and Emil in SLF, or he'll become their target. Sunraku realizes quickly that Penselgon's trying to stop him from entering the city. Being labeled a player killer in SLF, it's tough for her to blend in or be accepted in city environments. At the same time, Emil is struggling with her human form, and when Animalia touches her, Emil transforms back into a bunny. Animalia is ecstatic to finally meet with Emil and hugs her. Sunraku uses this moment of distraction, employing Repel Counter to push Penselgon back. He then grabs Emil and makes a break for the city gate. Animalia, still caught up in her excitement, asks for a selfie with Bunny Emil. But Sunraku says they'll think about it, hoping they survive first. As they dash towards the gate, Penselgon gives chase, but Animalia, showing a surprising protective side, steps in front of her, more concerned about the bunny's safety than Sunraku's situation. As Sunraku nears the city gate, his path is blocked by 4 members of the Ashura Kai clan. Reluctantly, they prepare to attack him, following their boss's orders. It's clear they're not thrilled about targeting a low-level player, but duty calls. Animalia, trying to help, casts a powerful spell packed with 5 debuffs: poison, paralysis, drain, exhaustion, and speed. However, to everyone's surprise, Penselgon reflects the debuffs back at Animalia using a karmic straw doll, a special item that counters curses. Animalia is hit hard by her own spell, leaving her in a critical state. Penselgon, confident in her strategy, watches as Animalia suffers from the poison. The Ashura Kai members continue their assault on Sunraku, but the tide turns when Rai, known in-game as Saiger Zero, appears and swiftly takes down one of them with a single attack. The remaining clan members recognize her as the attack master. Sunraku is initially concerned that another strong player might be after him, but Saiger Zero seems elated to have found him. Earlier, Rai was having trouble locating Sunraku, but when she logged back into SLF as her avatar Saiger Zero, she received a message from her sister asking her to pause her private hunt and look for a player headed to Thirdrima, described as wearing a staring bird mask and marked with Lycagon's mark. Realizing this player is Sunraku, Rai hurried to Thirdrima. Her arrival and decisive action suggest that saving Sunraku could be a natural way for her to initiate a conversation with him. Penselgon, observing the turn of events, realizes that the other Ashura Kai members won't be able to defeat Sunraku. She acknowledges that Sunraku's skills, honed from playing all the trash games, are more valuable in SLF than mere items and stats. Her attention then shifts to Saiger Zero, whom she's glad to see as another high-level target for her. As Penselgon prepares for a confrontation with Saiger Zero, Animalia, despite being weakened, contemplates her next move. She knows the karmic straw doll has a limit. It can only reflect 5 debuffs. She takes out her final trump card to deal with Penselgon. A flashback shows Rei's backstory, revealing her hidden crush on Rakuro. She is drawn to his positive energy, yet she never got the chance to talk to him in school. Now back in SLF, the situation escalates when Animalia reveals her last resort spell, Fellow Traveler. This dangerous spell can only be used at critical health levels and results in a double knockout. Both Animalia and Penselgon are taken out in an instant, stunning everyone around. In the ensuing chaos, Sunraku seizes the moment to escape. He quickly jumps over Saiger's head, apologizing as he rushes towards the city. This brief interaction leaves Saiger Zero ecstatic. It's the first time Sunraku has ever spoken to her. However, her happiness is short-lived as she vents her anger on the other player killers, blaming them for cutting her conversation with Sunraku short. Now safe in Rabatuza, Sunraku receives a message from Pensilgon. Surprisingly sporty about her defeat, she invites him for a chat in Unite rounds, along with his friend Katsu. Sunraku is cautious about her intentions, but has more pressing matters to attend to, diving into the unique scenario in SLF. Imol excitedly leads Sunraku to the Vorpal Coliseum for his unique scenario training. His first challenge is to fight a group of packhounds, each one level 65 or higher. Caught off guard by the number of opponents instead of a single large monster, Sunraku quickly finds himself in a tough battle, forced to adapt to the unexpected group attack. Back to Rei, after logging out of SLF, she is still on a fangirl high from her in-game encounter with Sunraku. She's totally smitten, even thinking about hitting Rakuro up with a friend request next time they cross paths online. Just imagining interacting with him has her blushing like she's in a rom-com anime. But then reality hits. She's bummed out that she couldn't find him again in Third Rima, guessing Sunraku might have logged out. Back in the game, Sunraku's having a rough time, like trying to beat a Dark Souls boss on hard mode. It takes him 7 tries, but he finally gets the packhound's attack pattern down. He zeroes in on the alpha of the pack, and once that leader's down, it's game over for the rest. But the grind doesn't stop there. He faces off against a lineup of some seriously OP monsters. A tentacle parasite, goblin berserker, dino boar, toxic eagle, armored larva, execupanther, twin-head tiger, and a mech golem. Despite taking them all down, he only levels up to 31. Talk about a slow grind, all thanks to that Vorpal collar nerfing his XP gains. The final showdown has Visasha bringing in the big guns for Sunraku, the aberrant wood mage. This level 120 boss is like something out of a hardcore RPG. Visashi's only ask? Survive for 5 minutes. Sunraku, feeling confident with his agility, thinks it's going to be a breeze. Little does he know, he's the first of 30 million players to face off against this beast. It's like being the first player to discover a secret boss, and he doesn't even know it. The battle starts with a bang, as the wood mage wastes no time, summoning a barrage of roots to attack Sunraku. Sunraku's on his toes, effortlessly dodging each assault. But when he tries to go on the offensive, he hits a snag. His attacks just bounce off. Turns out, the wood mage is totally immune to physical hits. Sunraku's only option? Keep dodging and stay out of harm's way. A minute into the fight, the wood mage ups the ante. It starts using chains and roots in its attacks, making them less predictable and way more dangerous. Just one hit could spell game over for Sunraku. To make things even trickier, the wood mage mixes in magic attacks like fireballs and ice spells. As time ticks on, its magic gets more erratic and unpredictable. Sunraku can't help but think that facing Lycagon might have been easier than this. Feeling the mental strain, he briefly considers just giving up. After all, dying in training matches doesn't have penalties. But then, a wave of self-disgust hits him. He's tired of always looking for the easy way out, especially after his time in those trash games. Finding new resolve, Sunraku switches tactics and goes full-on attack mode. In a bold move, he kicks the magic staff out of the wood mage's grasp, stripping it of its spellcasting ability. This makes avoiding attacks way simpler. But in the final stretch, the wood mage lands a chain grab, hitting Sunraku with a combo of debuffs: Drain, Exhaustion, and Slow. In a desperate move, Sunraku throws the staff away. The wood mage, prioritizing its staff, goes after it, giving Sunraku just enough time to survive the full 5 minutes and claim victory. Just as Sunraku thinks he's safe, the wood mage, furious about losing, breaks the rules and lunges to finish him off. But Visasha quickly steps in, dispatching the wood mage with ease. He applauds Sunraku for his Vorpal spirit. Brimming with anticipation for some epic loot, Sunraku is instead awarded the title of an honorary Rabituzan citizen, and finally gets rid of that Vorpal collar that's been halving his XP. But his excitement fades when he realizes there's no OP gear, just another unique scenario, the Vorpal Epic, waiting for him. Disappointed, Sunraku logs out around 2 AM and crashes into bed. Logging back in the next day, Sunraku sifts through the complex instructions for the Vorpal Epic quest, which involves diving into Shangri-La's extensive world history. Feeling overwhelmed, he opts to play the main game instead, planning to explore the next town. Anticipating trouble from player killers and still dealing with the Lycagon's curse that prevents him from wearing clothes on his torso, Emil comes up with a plan to disguise him in public. Emil takes Sunraku to his brother Pete's, who who deals in various items. Pete's initially mistakes Sunraku's bird mask for his real head, leading to a surprising moment when Sunraku removes it, shocking Emil, who hadn't realized it was just a mask. Capitalizing on this, Pete gives Sunraku a keffiyeh headdress and a full-body robe. Though Sunraku feels the outfit is ridiculous and makes him look goofy, it proves to be a convenient disguise. With their new map of the area around Third Rima, they contemplate their next destination, Forfolkshire, Favel, or Sixenveld. As they decide, they notice Siger Zero watching Sunraku from around a corner, her presence adding an ominous tone to their plans. With new quests on the horizon and the enigmatic Siger Zero lurking in the shadows, what will happen next in this enthralling virtual saga? Only time in the game will tell. Until next time, bye.